Hey, what's up guys, 𝐻𝐢𝐤𝐞 here, and welcome to episode number 12 of Scaling to Glory. In today's episode, we've got an action-packed gameplay episode for you guys with a lot of cool goals, so make sure to stick around. And of course, as always, if you're enjoying the videos, then be sure to drop a like, would be very much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you haven't already, and hit the notifications. In the previous episode, we opened a bunch of packs where we got rid of the FIFA points which we had, so make sure to check that one out if you haven't already. A link should be at the top of the corner right there. And yeah, so in this episode, as I said, we're going to be playing a bunch of games. We're going to be playing Rivals, for Champions Playoffs as well. And we, of course, had to do that with a brand new squad. I did kind of tease it in the previous episode, a team that I was kind of thinking of going with, but ended up actually changing it a little bit, mainly due to, yeah, our budget, really, with the coins. We do have the the three wants to watch players, I should say, because we completed 𝐋𝐢𝐤𝐤 𝐒𝐿𝐵𝐼𝐤𝐼𝐤 recently as well. But three wants to watch players in the squad: Depay, 𝐻𝐢𝐤𝐤 and wijnaldum. Right wing, Di Maria. Striker, which of course plays as a midfielder, Paul Pogba. Picked him up for 128,000 coins. And yeah, we also picked up Marcus Rashford, which I've been teasing a little bit at as well. Of course, 5-star skills on him. On the bench, we do have Paulo Dybala, Frenkie de Jong, just basically some super subs that we can use. Paulo Dybala was a player I got from a gold upgrade, which I opened on the web app. And we, of course, used him last weekend in the weekend league. So, yeah, I liked him, but I decided to sell him because I thought he would drop in coins. But, yeah, decent super sub as an untradeable, so definitely not bad. And, of course, within a brand new squad, we also have the tactics that I'm going to be showing you guys and the formations. It's basically the exact same as the previous teams that we've played with, so you guys should be familiar with it. 4-3-3 attack, cut inside on the wingers, get him behind on the striker, stay forward on the cam, stay back while attacking on the two center mids, and also stay back while attacking on the fullbacks, which in this case we have 𝐋𝐢𝐤𝐤 𝐷est and 𝐴TAL. 𝐋𝐢𝐤𝐤 𝐷est I heard a lot of good things about, and we of course had him as an investment, so 1 + 1 is 2. Of course, we used him in this team. 𝐴TAL was a player I wasn't too sure of. I did use his road to the final last year a lot. And yeah, for that reason, I figured I would give his regular version a go. This is how we set it up in the 4-2-2 formation, a formation I use quite a bit as well. With striker Depay and Rashford, would get him behind again. Get into the box for the cams, which are in this case 𝐻𝐻𝐠man and Di Maria. Again, stay back while attacking on the two CDMs, Pogba and wijnaldum. And the same for the fullbacks. And the tactics are essentially just default. And then have only 2 bars for the corners and the free kicks to avoid kind of getting counterattacks. But yeah, we played some division rivals in order to secure some rewards, which you will see in this episode as well. Division rival rewards. And my aim was to promote to Division 3. Because I remember that also being an objective in, I think, the milestones tab. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure to get a couple of games in before we went into the FUT Champions playoffs. And also, of course, secure rewards, as I think this was recorded on a Wednesday night. So yeah, I had like maybe 10 hours left or so in order to get our rewards. But it was also a very good way to test out this squad and see what it was like for especially the playoffs. And also Weekend League. And there's this discussion going around on social media, especially on Twitter, where people have been saying that they believe that Weekend League isn't really as entertaining anymore, and also isn't really as, you know, kind of, how do you put it, as exciting anymore. I also did kind of mention this in a previous episode, and I kind of agree with it, but they also said that the playoffs is just too difficult and too sweaty, which I can sort of understand, because the playoffs, of course, decide whether or not you're going to go into Weekend League, and also pretty much decide if you're going to get rewards or not. I've seen a fair few people saying that they have missed out on 2 Weekend Leagues already, the first 2 that we've gotten so far for FIFA 22. So please let me know your thoughts about this whole topic in the comment section down below. Luckily enough, though, I've been able to play the first Weekend League and also the second, but you will see us, of course, playing the playoffs as well in this episode, which you will see in a little bit. But Yeah, I'm kind of liking the new structure of both Division Rivals and Weekend League. You know, I'm not the most competitive player, but I kind of like the aspect of playing for rewards, which also puts a kind of competitive feeling to it. Of course, still like to skill, so, you know, I try to implement my kind of skill gameplay in a kind of competitive modes. And it sometimes it's really frustrating, but it sometimes works out really well as well. So, yeah, please let me know your thoughts about especially the whole new structure for FUT Champs. But anyway, we played basically 7 games in Rivals. We won 7 in a row, and we got that +2 streak, meaning we promoted ourselves to Division 3. And because of that, we completed an objective, and we also reached a brand new level, and we also got a rare Electrium players pack. Got a fair few high-rated players, 184 and 283s, which were duplicates. But yeah, that was basically the pack. After that, we moved on to the next day, where we were able to claim our Division 3 Rank 2 Division Rival rewards. And this time I actually went with Untradeable. I went with the 2 rare player specs as well as the 20,000 coins. I did say previously that I was thinking of just kind of staying with Tradable. But I figured I would give Untradeable a go, because we actually would get the double amount of packs. And 50k packs are not too bad. We also completed a SBC. Meanwhile, I think the Grealish to City SBC, which again, we got a fair few duplicates with. And yeah, also in this first 50k pack, we didn't get anything amazing. Again, an 84 rated player being the highest one. A couple of 83s, which, as you do know, are useful in the long term especially. And yeah, I had a couple duplicates as well, including a fair few 83 duplicates. So I decided to complete the Player of the Month, 𝐋𝐢𝐤𝐤 from the Eredivisie, which I think could be a very decent player. If you're rocking some Dutch players like I am, if you slap a shadow on him, he can definitely be like one of those box-to-box midfielders. Only has 3-star skills though, which is maybe a little bit weak for a midfielder, not like that amazing, but I think he can be a decent defensive mid. In the next 50k pack, we got Verratti, which was a walkout, of course, doesn't go for much, but he's untradeable anyway, so we can put him into the club. And yeah, this was basically the team that I was thinking of playing the playoffs with until a new promo got released by EA. As you do know, EA released a Champions League themed promo, which is called the Road to the Knockouts, so not Road to the Finals. It essentially means that the players they released would get an upgrade if their team wins 3 games in a row, or at least 3 games in total, and also, I think, move on to the next round of the Champions League. And yeah, I picked up that Traoré from Stade Rennes from the UEFA Conference League, which basically would fit into this team perfectly. As I was saying before, I was kind of not sure whether or not I should go with Atal as the right back, but our man Traoré from Stade Rennes was basically the perfect player, so we put him into the squad. We also made some changes to both the kits and also the stadium, as we've been using those kits a lot, and I'm always one of those guys who likes to kind of, you know, fresh things up frequently. So I went with the, I think, Kaiser Chiefs kit, which actually looks pretty nice, and also the Torino away kit. And we went to the first game of FUT Champs playoffs, and we came up against this dickhead who was honestly just playing. Oh man, this is just one of those players that you just hate playing against, and that just completely ruins modes such as FUT Champions. Luckily enough, though, against this guy, we just were the better player, and he wasn't really good, but he just really liked to pass around the back, basically try to kind of piss me off, really. We did make it 1-0 with Paul Pogba. We did make it 2-0 here with Memphis Depay. And then all of a sudden, connection has been lost. And this was recorded on a Sunday, and I'm pretty sure at the time the no-loss glitch, which, as you probably have heard of as well, was a big thing over the weekend. I think actually got fixed. But yeah, the guy, I think, didn't know about it and thought he was able to do it again. So yeah, he ended up leaving. But anyway, we came up against another guy where we got a free win. And into the next game we go. Tough team. Started off with a really cheeky nutback there with Rashford. And we scored from the penalty spot there with Memphis Depay. And again, Memphis Depay on the ball. Passes it to Paul Pogba. Really, really nice goal. And that's literally the only kind of like nice thing. This man, which cost me 120k or 128k, has been doing for me, because I've been saying this on Twitter as well. Paul Pogba might be one of the worst players I have used in FIFA 22 so far. I've always been a big fan of Paul Pogba because I've basically used him almost every single year. But this year, he is just so slow, and everything he does is just in slow motion. Now, I know the game is fairly slow as well in comparison to last year and the year before. But that's mostly down to, at the end of FIFA 21, everyone was using like a minimum of 95 rated players with like 99 pace and stuff. So it makes sense that this game feels slower because you're playing with players who aren't as good stats-wise. But in general, the game just does feel a lot slower in comparison to last year, though. But with Pogba, I mean, I know a lot of people always, complain about button delay as well, but it just seems to be a thing every single time I had the ball with Pogba. So, yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of him, and I had plans of selling him as well at some point. The problem was, though, I was really enjoying Rashford, who last year was basically one of my favorite players. And it's kind of tough linking up Rashford in the squad, which you would see a lot of goals scored with as well. Even though he did get the weak foot downgrade this year, I think, from 4 stars to 3 stars. He still scored a fair few amount with his weak foot, which, again, I don't really seem to have a problem with this year, with weak foot goals. But, yeah, in this game specifically, it was one of those games where nothing went my way, and within minutes of the second half, we can see the 2 goals just out of nowhere. And I just ended up leaving because I only needed, I think, 1 more win or so in order to secure qualification for Weekend League. So I just ended up leaving. But yeah, like I was saying, I was really enjoying playing with both the likes of Rashford, Depay up front, also Di Maria, surprisingly, which I've used actually quite a bit as a substitute. And he's always a player I actually really enjoy in Ultimate Team. So yeah, fun little player on the right-hand side. Again, not the quickest, but high dribbling. I've said before that that dribbling definitely makes up for the pace. But yeah, Rashford is one of those players, like I said, which I really enjoyed. So yeah, I might as well say goodbye to him after the Weekend League, which I'm not really sure on yet. He's been dropping the price a little bit though as well. So yeah, we'll see how that goes over the next few days. But yeah, it's tough to link him, There's one player in particular which I would love to link him up with, which is Cristiano Ronaldo. But at the moment, he's just a little bit out of my reach. I've been kind of like calculating, though, in terms of all the investments that we've made, as well as all the high-rated players that we've been having in our club. I think if I sell everything right now, I would come at a coin total of like 600,000 coins. And I have a feeling, though, that within like a few weeks' time, it could probably reach 1 million coins. I just need to be patient, really, and yeah, not like sell too quickly, which I did last year, which I also explained, I think, in a few episodes ago. But yeah, we secured playoffs or we secured Weekend League whilst completing all the games in the playoffs. Once again, got rank 2 and gave away the remaining games to other people as free wins. And yeah, at the time, I decided to complete some SBCs, which we'll actually see after this, but. We opened some packs which we got from the playoffs, as well as, I think, some stuff that we did by completing some objectives, I believe. But yeah, in the first pack we got Anthony. After that we got Carlos Vela, which I've literally packed so many times already. Luckily enough, though, this time he was a player which we were able to sell, so we didn't have to discard his untradeable version. Final pack, nothing amazing again, but it was tradable, so it was alright. Then I decided to complete the Underdogs SBC, in which we got a Jumbo Premium Gold Pack of. These are basically like those daily SBCs that EA tend to drop, where you could get packs with. So decided to complete that one, as well as the Marquee matchups, which I didn't include in last week's episode, or at least I didn't include last week's Marquee matchups in an episode recently. I did complete it though, was on the web app, but we didn't get anything amazing, unfortunately. I did complete this on the console, though, as you can see. All the squads that I decided to submit. For me, Marquee matchups is always worth doing. Although this week, it had a really weird pack that you would get. It was a 3 common gold players pack with basically 3 players which were non-rare, which I didn't really understand why they would include that in marquee matchups, which I thought was just a bit weird. But yeah, it was this pack. Really stupid. But yeah, we opened the packs. As you can see in the background, as always, we would get some duplicates. In this case, though, they were mostly tradable. And we also got Roussillon, who at the start of the year went for like 10,000 coins. But he still went for a fair bit. I think he went for 3,000 coins. So listed him for 2.9, and he instantly sold as well. After that, we got our almost guaranteed walkout, which you get from marquee matchups, which was Koulibaly. Once again, a duplicate though, but luckily enough, our duplicate Koulibaly was untradeable, and the one we packed, of course, was tradable. So yeah, we were able to sell him, at least at some point. I won't sell him now, because I have a feeling he will go up in price at some point. After that, we got some more like decent rated players. The final pack wasn't that amazing though, but we've basically stocked up our transfer list almost to 100 players, basically, with players from 83 to, I believe, like 89 or something. So hopefully in like a few weeks time, as I said, we will be making a lot of profit, and hopefully buy a player like Neymar, or maybe Ronaldo, or maybe even Mbappe, if we get some pack luck as well throughout that time. But anyway, guys, that is where we are going to be ending off this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you, of course, did, drop a like, subscribe as well if you haven't already. Hit the notifications for more videos, and that's the end. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye!